This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded. This
Our
conference will now be
SAP
recorded.
consultant, and yeah, so we are currently working on latest version of SAP, and we are currently rolling out to multiple countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, and so many APAC countries. We are rolling out all the SAP solutions right now. So this is just about me, and yeah, so this is SAP S4HANA. Previously it was SAP ECC. So I think you guys mostly should be working on SAP ECC, and this is the new latest version of SAP, which is called SAP S4HANA. So I would like to show you, the steps or the phases that SAP has grown up. So it is like 40 years of SAP. So it started with 1972 with some IBM people, and then they have researched about it, and they have come up with SAP R1, which enabled to get a complete view of their business with real-time processing of data across integrated modules for material, procurement, and accounting. With this, they move ahead with R2 and then R3, which was the most popular one initially. R3 enabled customer to take advantage of client, server, and internet technologies, created a unified graphical user interface and new functional components. So I would say the most important or the best modules that SAP has right now. That is like first of all FI, SD, MM. So these are their core modules where they with the help of these modules they have grown up so fast. And apart from this, now they are growing and now they are going into this S4 HANA. So S4 HANA they have developed like a couple of years back. So initially they started with 15 10, then 1709, 1809, 1909, and now it's a cloud version that is going on right now. So with this, they are trying to help customers thrive in the new digital economy. And they're now focused on eradicating complexities and running live with our in-memory database technologies, SAP HANA, and cloud computing. So with this, this is a new version of SAP where they are coming with in-memory database, which means the system is completely going to run on the RAM in-memory database that is called. And I think yeah, so right now what we are facing is the SAP system is going to be even more faster, which was in ECC earlier. So because the RAM speed that we are using going to be even more faster. Of that, they will be able to achieve more speed, more crucial report that can be handled in such a manner that it can produce results in faster way. And apart from this, they are going to also build up a lot of analytical tools so that any CEO or management, higher management can also go and look up different kind of results and reports. So it's quite interesting. If I talk about a little more about SAP, so right now it's 76% of world's transaction revenue is an SAP system. So I think that's what I was talking about. Most of the companies are right now using SAP SAP or either ECC system or SAP S4 HANA, and it touches $16 trillion of consumer purchase around the world. And mostly, if you talk about medical device company or world's food company, those all are running on SAP somewhere, and they are using softwares from SAP system because right now SAP is having vast majority of system. You can see here, if you go about the business networks, they are having SAP Fieldglass, SAP Ariba, which is mostly for procurement, SAP Concur, which is mostly for travel, SAP Hybris, which is basically for customer experience, how the customer should feel while purchasing things or selling things. And then they have a success factor, which is basically for HR system. And yeah, and then we have SAP S4HANA Cloud Platform, which is the latest thing. In this cloud version, SAP is trying to take all those things on the cloud. With the help of this, I think I will show you that one. Maybe I can have it. Yeah, so right now they are having these components here. First is cloud computing, then second one is in-memory database and hyperconnectivity. So one is going to be on-premise, which is called on-premise system, which will be server will be based on the location, same location right now, which is right now we are having for the ECC system, and for cloud system, which will be enabled by SAP. So all the data storage and server will be handled by SAP itself, and whatever updates they are going to have on the system, they will be updating everything. They will be upgrading everything into the system. So yeah, but right now mostly companies are going with on-premise because they're not sure with the data that they are having going into the public, or the public domain, or as with SAP. So that's the reason. Yeah, right now we are with in-memory database, and for this in-memory we are having currently a 1909, which is the latest one. And yeah, so there were a lot of changes which was being done in SAP initially from SAP. So ECC got the point, right? What is ECC and what is S4HANA? ECC is the older version of SAP, where you had this screen GUI, which is called graphics user interface. It was a different GUI initially, and then when we went to SAP S4HANA, we kind of have different Fiori theme, where I mean, you can see, or you can what do you call it? You can feel difference between SAP S4HANA and the GU the SAP ECC system. So I mean, what I've heard about ECCs and Fiori. Fiori is giving more productivity to the users, what they are working, how they are working, because it is kind of intuitive interface. It's quite easy interface for the users. That's why most people right now are liking this Fiori thing. So I would like to talk about more the training topics that we are going to have for this SAP FICO. So first we are going to cover this organization structure. So I will be telling you how to configure company codes, and what is this company code, how they are being designed, and what all things that you have to take care while you are implementing any solution, or while you implementing any company code, or you're rolling out a different company code. So with the help of these configuration steps, which I will be teaching you, you will be able to complete all your implementation structure. You can create a company code, you can set up some so you can see here, I will be telling you this how to maintain the fiscal year, how to open the and close the posting period, how to define the field status variant, what is field status, what is document type, how they are being enabled, and how they are being maintained in the system, what all settings that you can do in a particular document type, or tolerance groups to restrict the users. So this is kind of exactly what you said is the behind the SAP which you were using earlier. Right now, I mean, as a user, you're using SAP which is being given to you. Now, when you go behind to SAP, it will be a different story here, and you can do all those stuffs. Whatever you have seen, you can change everything, whatever you want. You can set up everything in the system that you think is suitable for the company code. So we will be talking about basically, first of all, this basic setting or global setting of SAP. Then I will be going to handle this general ledger, where you will be creating all your chart of accounts, company codes, and then you define account groups based on your requirement. And then this is an important part, which is called business partner. Earlier, business partner were not that used in ECC system, but now in SAP S4HANA, we use business partner quite often, because this is a replacement of a vendor and customers. So we will be using business partner, and in order to use the business partner, we have to set up the business partner in a correct way, so that our business or our company with to whom we are consulting will be fine, will be able to cope up with our solutions. And then I will be also telling you about accounts payable, how this accounts payable things work, how the vendor or business partner works, and then how this automatic payment program is being set up, because this is quite very useful in a business. Every business normally uses automatic payment program, because this is something uh, that is kind of automated thing which help users to make the payment in a bulk. If it is bulk, you can make a payment like in a second or in a minute. And then we have accounts receivables with the same thing, tolerance groups, number ranges, and then we have a dulling procedure. So I will be telling you about the dulling procedure, how it's being configured. And then with this is a kind of even more crucial thing, which is called asset accounting. We will be setting up all those chart of depreciation, and then we will be setting up our depreciation key, depreciation areas, why we require this depreciation areas, and why we require depreciation key, how the screens layout will be set up. So these things right now you're thinking, okay, I have heard these things, but now how do I set up these things? Yes. So for this, you have to go behind. I mean, you have to get into the system. You have to get into this configuration zone, so that you can see a lot of things, and you can at least understand. And now I think most of you are still working in SAP, with SAP system as an end user. So I know you have kind of picture in your mind that yes, this is how my SAP system looks like. So I can whenever I mean I will tell you how to set up. And yeah, you also have a picture that yeah, I can set up this company code like this, and I have these things in my company code. So okay, I can set up here as well. Like suppose if you are having asset accounting, you are doing asset accounting, so you might be knowing that yeah, these are the depreciation areas that I require. These are the depreciation keys that I require. These are the rates that I will be using. Or if I have a different ledger, if I'm dealing with multiple countries, so I can also have different ledgers in my SAP system, in order to have a different reporting. And then I will be also talking about the bank accounting, because bank is also super critical. And in order to set up the bank, you need to engage with the uh, banking part, and or the banking people. So but now right now we will not be doing this. I mean, we will not be interacting with banking, but yes, I will definitely show you how to set up whole thing, so that you will have a complete picture about how business actually works. Because I've seen setting up all those accounts, and how we have to deal with the banks, and on what level we have to deal, or what information that we require from bank in order to set up our bank configuration. And then if it is an Indian taxation system, I will also be talking about some GST configuration, so that you can also have a hands-on on GST configuration, and you can at least go and tell that yeah, I know GST configuration and I can do it. But for Canada, I don't think, I mean, I don't know which taxation that they follow. But yeah, even if they follow any kind of taxation, I'm pretty much sure that yeah, SAP can handle all the settings, and we can create a setting for Canada taxation as well, so that it can help you as well. And then we have withholding tax configuration. So withholding tax configuration is basically for mostly for the APAC countries that I work right now. I know there are a lot of withholding tax systems are in place for like country like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, yeah, so the other countries, Thailand maybe. So yeah, they are working on this withholding tax system. So yes, I will be teaching you about this withholding, how we have to set up the withholding tax, and how it can automatically calculate all your calculation, all your values, and while you're booking your vendor invoice. but for Canada, I don't know whether they are having this withholding tax configuration, withholding tax or not. But certainly, if they are having a different structure altogether, we will discuss the structure that they are having so that we can help them to set up all those structure in the system. And then I will also be telling you about how the system landscape works, and then how the transport and what are the transport movement it works when you're executing or when you're actually working with SAP consultants, how they will be using the transport, and how will they will be maintaining their transport trackers, and what is actually the transport is first of all. So yeah, that I will be telling you about. And then I also have this validation and substitution, which is quite useful, mostly in a business where there are few complexities, like I need some validation in my system to restrict the users. I need something so that user will not be able to maintain or put any incorrect values in the system. So yes, we have these things called validations and substitutions. So I will be teaching you how to write the formulas and set up validations. And there are other things called creating sets. So I will be also telling you about how to create sets so that you can give a proper solutions to the customers or the client that you're working for. And this is also an important part called basic understanding of tables. So how your SAP knowledge will be considered based upon your knowledge of tables as well, because mostly in interviews people or the companies ask you for the tables as well, where they want to know if you have a knowledge of SAP tables, how these tables are being structured, how they are working, how they are being interdependent on each other. So yes, these are also very important tables that we have. And there are specific tables which are given for finance only, and there are specific table for like sales, distribution, and material management. So they are having quite different tables. And yeah, and then we have very important which is called integration points. So any business, if you go and you do any setup, you need to talk to the consultant, the respective consultant or the respective team in if you are doing any integration part, like if you are doing some material management, or with that if you are doing any integration, you need to talk to the consultant, the respective consultant, before you set up everything. So where do you set up all those things, that I will be telling you. And for SD as well, the same thing, because all these modules are totally dependent on FICO. Without FICO, you will not be. I mean, nobody can work in SAP system. So that's why FICO is very important module in SAP system, because all those things will come up into FI after they post everything, because everything goes into the GL account, and the GL account creates a reports. So in order to have everything into GL account, we need to set up a system in such a way that everything goes into the GL account system. Okay. And so you might not be able to know what is this CO, what is PS and FM, TRM. So yeah, CO is basically for controlling, like we have a cost center, profit center, and these are things which we will be dealing with CEO module. And then we have a project system. So if you have any project system linked with your system, so you can also set up how to integrate this project system with your FI. And then if you have funds management, you can also learn how to set up the funds management, so that I will be telling you basically for the integration points that we will be requiring to know with if you put all these things in your CV, so basically they will be asking you the integration points, basically what all integration points that are there for FICO consultant to set up these points. And then we have treasury management. So this is also quite complex module, but yeah, this is a topic, or this is a module which is not basically used worldwide. I mean, more often you will not see in many companies this module. In basically, for if you talk about Indian companies, yeah, so they right now they are having very less uh, of this module. So yes, but basically wherever you go or any company you go which is having SAP, you will definitely find FI, MM or SD module. Definitely you will find it. So yes, this is okay. And then we will also be talking about RICEFs. So what is RICEF? RICEF is a combination of your developments. So there are certain things there that you think are not sufficient for you for your business. So you might need to create a different uh, customized report, customized interface, customized conversion, customized new enhancement, or a new form like I have a company and I want to have an invoice form. So I want to have a different layout for this particular form. Okay, so as a FI consultant, what I need to do, I need to tell an ABAP consultant who's going to write all the codes. So I need to tell him how this a form will be created in the system and what all values will come from SAP and which tables. So that's why in when we do this, when we do this, we should be having understanding of this thing called tables. So if you are having knowledge of SAP tables, then only you can uh, do the RICEF part, you can create a report, you can do the interface. And this is also very important for any SAP consultant to be considered as a good SAP consultant. If you have knowledge of these things, yes, then they think that yeah, he's having good knowledge of SAP. This is also another functionality of foreign currency valuation that we have in SAP system in order to evaluate our currency, evaluate our transactions at the end of the month. And then we have CO, which is basically we will be covering up mostly on cost center accounting, where we have a internal orders, statistical key, and planning and budgeting. Yeah, so and profit centers also. So yeah, these are the things that we are going to cover in CO model, because CO model is also very vast, and I think these are the things which are widely used in I mean almost every business. So that's why I will be teaching you these things so that you can at least be comfortable in your interviews while when you are having it. And yes, and then I will also telling you about closing activities, because yeah, mostly I have what I have faced. They also ask the closing activities, how this closing activities works, and what all there are closing activities that are there in the system. Okay, and yes, and so far is it sounding good? I mean, are we okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. And yes, so after this, I will also be talking about introduction of Fury, because normally whenever you ask any SAP consultant, or when you go to any institution, they will not be telling you about the Fury thing. You have to specifically ask them, or specifically ask them to conduct a training for a Fury. But yeah, we are going to talk about basics of Fury and how this Fury things work. And yeah, I will be talking to you about this Fury apps as well, and I will show you how in a current business what I have right now the Fury looks like, and how we can work on Fury trials that we are having, and how we can create transactions. So that is basically at end user activities that normally you have. So since I understand that you guys are already from a user perspective, user background, so you know how to perform all those transactions. So it will be better for me to make you understand that yes, this thing works, okay, but how this thing works, you can what changes that you can do in your system, so that you can do this thing in a different way. So yeah, but yeah, there will be certain changes, because we are having right now SAP S4HANA. So yeah, there will be little bit differences in terms of business partners or something. Yeah, asset accounting. So yeah, but so far the things will be I mean, if you have Fury system, then you can also use Fury. But yeah, otherwise you will use SAP GUI theme, which is based on Fiori, yeah, you can use that as well to create all your transactions, because there is no point while I'm doing the configuration. I mean, you're doing the configuration, but you're not testing everything that it is working or not. So we have to configure all those stuff into the system, and then we have to test whether these things are working or not, as per your business scenarios, whether it is working or not. So whatever company that you're going to set up in the system, you have to test all those things in by your on your own, so that you can know, yeah, this, if I do this setting, yeah, this will happen. If I do this setting, this will happen. So with in this way you can understand all your settings, and what all things you can do, and what all options that we have in SAP system, that you can tell the customers or clients that yeah, we can give the solution, and if we give the solutions, you can automate all those things. So this is how there are a lot of opportunities of automation in the system, but it's just we have to find out, so that we have to find out, and we can provide, based on this we can provide a good solution to the customers. And I will also be talking about generic interview questions that normally we have for the SAP FICO consultants. So if you are showing a experience like 2 years or 3 years, yeah, it's basically good. And if you have this much of knowledge of SAP configurations, and you have a hands-on on this system, I think you are really good to go. And yeah, I think I can prepare you for this interview. So yeah, so this is from my side. I would like to know your comments also. What do you think with this thing? So yeah, any comments from you guys?
Hi Raj, here is Imran.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got a little bit late and I missed some points of start of your meeting. I just
mhm.
wanted to know about how many hours we are going to you are going to teach, uh, and
Yes. Mhm.
secondly, is there any possibility to have weekend classes, because I will be free in weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay,
And
so I
and, and
yeah,
last
so
question, last
yeah, yeah.
question is that there are so many topics you have told us, and would it be possible that you cover these all topics in 40 hours or 50 hours? I don't know how many hours you are going to train. Um,
Yeah, so what we have decided is like 60 hours, and so whatever topics I have given here, and it is my responsibility that I have to get it covered, and I have to teach you. Yes, I will teach you all those topics, but no matter, I mean, basically, yes, we have 60 hours, but yeah, if it
mhm,
requires, yeah, you need more attention or you need more help, definitely I will be
okay.
open for you. What I when I teach, this is my actually kind of thing, that when I teach anyone, it's my responsibility that I make them a good consultant, so that they can go into the market and they can explore the opportunities, and they won't get failures, right? So
Mhm,
yeah, if you are getting trained from me, that's my responsibility, that I have to train you in like a in a manner that you can
mhm.
go and sell yourself in the market as a big consultant.
Yeah, good. And the one more question, that I heard that SAP is going to finish their services for ECC system in 2025, and there are a lot of companies who are going to migrate from ECC to S4HANA. Will you cover
Yeah.
this migration topic as well?
Migration topic will be, because see, right now what system, what we get as a system, we get either ECC system or SAP S4HANA system. We don't have a system called I mean, with the data that is having all the SAP ECC system data, and we can convert all those, because in order to convert that whole thing, we would require a basis consultant and a web consultant in order to place everything into this system. But yes, if you want to have a just discussion, I can surely tell you how it works basically, because I have
Mhm.
done. migrations from ECC to S4HANA system. It is little bit challenging initially, and but what I have heard and what I've seen as we grow up, that SAP is quite also maturing with this thing, and they have given a lot of solutions so that we do not have to suffer a lot. But yes, there are a
Okay.
few things you have to know before you do the migration. But before you do the migration, you need to have all those things into your mind, that how SAP exactly works. If you go and on a migration project and you sit there, and if there is any problem in the migration project, what will you do? You don't even know the topics, or you don't even know the tables that you have to go and search. So you will not, basically you will be blank. So it's just you
Okay.
have a bit of knowledge, that is fine. But what about the technical things? So for that, there we need to have this basic thing into our mind, that yeah, this is how SAP works. And then if you would really require to have a migration, then we can plan a different training sessions for the migration, that I
Okay.
basically teach you how this step by step how this migration works. So I
Okay.
think different thing. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question, guys?
Hi Raj, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. This is Zara here. So I just wanted to look, yeah, as you mentioned, that this everything will be covered in 60 hours or more than what if we require. And if we
Hmm.
you're explaining, and it was very well explained, like the way you have shown us that these are the steps. And you're right that until we know the basic, we would not be able to show the migration, because
Yeah,
even in
correct.
the company I'm working, it's planning to move on to S4HANA in 2025. So like
Hmm.
definitely, like I'm not working in SAP like as a consultant there, but in as a business analyst. So I want to go into that role. So I would definitely require. So since you have experience about, we would like maybe 15-20 minutes at any day which you have time, where you can just explain give a brief idea about how this happens. And then we can have classes later, that's different, but just to give an idea about how this whole thing happens. Like I know after learning all the technicalities, then we can just, if you can spend some time on that, it would be good.
Yeah, sure. I can brief you about this migration plan. I mean, how normally it works as an overview. If you
Mm-hmm.
talk really that have to go deeper, then that will be a
Yeah,
technicality thing. So yeah, I will not go in the technical part,
yeah,
but yeah, surely I can give you an overview, and like how migration works actually, so that
yes,
even if you go into the interview, or somebody ask you, you can at least
yeah.
tell them this is how, these are the steps that we have in migration, and this is how we can do. I have not done a migration so
Mm-hmm.
far, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, still you can. I mean, I'm
Give
talking
an
about,
idea about, yeah,
yeah,
like
give an idea on,
we know a
yeah.
little bit about. That's what I want to just like you were just when you have your interview questions where you said if you can highlight on this also, because it's not that we need to know the technicalities right now, but just that we have an idea about what a migration is from this
Yeah,
system.
yeah, correct. I
So
get
those
your point, because
yeah,
yeah, normally in interview
they will
they will,
ask.
yeah, and if you say like, yeah, I don't even know anything, then it
Yeah,
will back, and you
then Raj will be in
basically.
trouble. We said Raj didn't tell us.
Yeah, exactly. So for that, yes, I will definitely tell you a few things about the migration. So yeah, but you will not be able to tell if they ask you any technicalities, because
Yeah,
you don't
that
have.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
So you can directly say that I have not had any experience, so I will not
Hands-on
be able
experience.
to about all those things. Yeah, no problem with that. Yeah, I can have it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and for the other topics which you like, if we have any questions which like, while you're discussing and you're explaining, so how is it that being answered? Like, do we ask right away, or how is it like offline? Like, what's the process of, when you're teaching? We don't want to interrupt you every 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
So I think, yeah, for this, I think I have to talk to this expert training people. I don't know
Hmm.
how they have set up this thing. So yeah,
What we'll do is now, okay, and after the end of the session, okay, we'll give some time, okay. Later on also, if
Okay.
you get some queries, okay, you can email to us, okay. Just
Oh,
Raj,
okay. Okay.
yeah,
Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that will be perfect. So you can at least email me, and so I can reply, respond
Yeah, because I
whenever I.
don't want to interfere in between, when you're teaching, the rhythm breaks. So that's why we want
Hmm.
to keep. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
hello,
So right now,
Raj.
yeah, yes.
So Raj, you're going to cover COPA and product costing.
I'm really afraid I will not be able to cover all those topics into this session because this is purely FI, basic FI, and then we have a sort of FICO module as well. But if you go about COPA and product costing, and yeah, so this will be a different topic and or different session to take because I mean yeah, it takes a lot of time to set up all everything because COPA and product costing is not, it's not just that you can set up everything in CO. You have to set it up everything first of all in module, in SD module, in FI module, everything you have to set up first. Then only you can do everything in COPA or product costing. So that part is not covered in this session. But yes, I will be first teaching all those things, basic steps. First of all, then we can talk about this product costing and if we require additional training, so we can do that.
Hi, Raj. This is Ali speaking. It was really awesome presentation. I do like it so much. But still I have just one question. Are we going how to get all the related material to this presentation and all the upcoming courses?
So material wise, if I talk about, yes, I can give you the material as well. No problem. You have to read it, but yeah, for first of all, I mean, I will be giving you every notes, for every kind of configuration, I will be giving you notes, and so that you can also write as per your things. Because I normally what I do is when I go for any kind of interview or anything, I have a set of list that I have prepared. I go and read all those stuffs, and then I'm good to go. So that's how I can also give you some kind of sort of things that you can also prepare while you go before you go for interview. So yes, but for this organization structure or this settings, how the settings works, yes, I can give you this configuration because yes, there are configuration in SAP system which are there for, but yes, I can give you that one as well. Yeah, no problem.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate.
Yeah. So any other question, guys? Okay, so I see. I think that's it. Yeah.
Hi, Raj. This is Ali again. Practice-wise, there any ways, tools, simulation to practice all what we are going to learn, in like make it dry run, trying to exercise them to practice what we are learning, and just to practice what we are going to learn.
Yes, yes, of course. So you will be having a system, SAP system, where you will be setting up the company codes. You will be configuring all those stuff, and then what do you call? You will be executing all the test cases or all the tests, and yeah, so you will be using the SAP system for this because without setting up everything into system, it's
It means if I understand, it means you are going to give us an access, a remote access to an SAP system to practice all what we are going to learn, right?
yes, yes, of course, yes, of course, yes, yes, definitely.
Great. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's be
so
great.
it's
Yeah.
just keep in your mind because this is not a kind of a lecture thing. It's that you have to also practice because unless you practice, it will not be good or you will not learn. So for what I always do is that I give good practice things that so that you can practice it on your own, and yeah, you can learn things by this way. Yes, because this is the only way you can learn. Teaching or doing the lecturing thing will not really work. You have to actually work on the system. You have to use the system, how you can explore the functionalities in the system. So you need a system for that.
Yeah, and this is will be we are able to get in 24/7 or just when you are with
Yes,
your assistant
I
or
think
how the way it works,
I think Naveen or training team can tell you more about this. What how they have planned. So yes, they will be telling you about all those
Update you
things.
in
But
a couple of hours or after 1 hour, okay? I'll update you the same, okay?
yeah, so he will be telling you all those things. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Raj. Then we will wait for to give us this access, this materials, and the next step, what will be in,
Yes, yes, definitely. No problem.
Okay,
Okay,
thank,
so
thank
I
you.
think that's it for my side. Yeah, it was really nice talking to you guys. I hope you had some ideas now. You had a good overview now. Okay, so yeah. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Raj,
Yeah.
hello. Before you keep, I just wanted to have one more question. Since
Hmm.
you worked in so many live projects and you know a lot about, so would you be also giving us examples and making us do certain small projects where we can work on it live, like in terms of using it, like making, like suppose you get a project for doing something. So would we have those kinds of things also?
But I'm afraid you will not have that much of time to do it because if I give you, you will not be able to do your work
Oh, okay.
because when if we do any rollout projects or any other implementation project, really
Mm-hmm.
requires a lot of time to sit and set up things. But
Mm-hmm.
since you're working, I don't think that you will have much time to do all those same stuffs. But if you really want to have, I can give you separately and you can work on all those stuff. No problem with that.
Yeah, if you could, because I just want to learn. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because right now in this training session or which we are going to have,
Mm-hmm.
I will be giving you like what you call a practice thing that you have to do or you have to set up the company code on your own. You have to
Mm-hmm.
do apply on your own, and you can create as many as companies that you want. It's not
Mm-hmm.
a restriction that you have to create only one company code. If you want to have a different company, you can do it anytime. So it's
Okay.
up to you.
Yeah, and,
Yep.
and then at the same time, as you mentioned, if I want to offline check with you, I can do that. Like I can check with Naveen and then I can check with you.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, no problem with that.
Just from my experience, because I don't have any experience doing it. I'm just a user side, so that's why I'm a little concerned about it.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I understand totally. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Hi, Raj.
okay, guys. Yep.
Hi, Raj. Man, what's the next steps? Can you explain us what's the next upcoming steps? Today, just
Okay, so
small
I
presentation.
think Naveen, I think someone from training team can guide you what all next steps will be. What he has said, sending you an email with the information the next steps will be. So I think just wait for the
Yes, sir.
email
I'll
from
come
the training team. Yeah,
offline. I'll communicate with you.
yeah, he will communicate everything to you, right?
Perfect.
Okay, okay. All right, guys. So thank you so much for yeah.
Raj, just one more question, please, Raj. Just the last, one more question. What will be the best time to reach you, because we are living in a different time zone, just give us what's the best frame time will be will be perfect to get you down the line or texting you or sending you the best, time.
Yeah, so if you have any queries that you think that yeah I need to ask, uh, just email me or you can email through this expert training. So they will guide you how to reach out to me so that yeah I can surely definitely and I can answer all your queries. So you just have to email or there will be a communication. I think they will set up something.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
with that I can
What we'll include,
definitely.
okay? We'll provide a communication email with a group, okay? We'll provide a communication email with a group. Everyone can communicate over there, okay? Those who enrolled, okay?
Yeah, yeah. So I think that will be great so that they can at least reach out to me. Yeah.
I don't have your email. Actually, I have sent you my email. Can you get back to me just to get your appropriate email, because we are just chatting over WhatsApp, you know.
Sorry, I didn't get your point.
I don't have your email. I don't have your email. Ali, this is Ali speaking. I don't have
Yeah,
your
yeah.
email. We are just
So
chatting over via WhatsApp, you know.
yeah, so I think that's what he said. He will be providing you the email to communicate to me. So yes, you just have to wait for his email so that he can provide you every all the information that you require. And you still, if you need any other information, you can directly email him, and he will surely guide you how to go ahead with that. Right?
Perfect. And he can ask the different steps and the time frame related to this project, to do this 60 hours online course, you know, just to have clear vision and to planning accordingly, you know. What's the time, what's the
Yeah. So
topics,
so
you
I
know,
think
all the
I'll
related
in
details
couple of hours,
to
okay, just to
related to this
couple
process,
of
you know.
hours. I'll communicate you everything in couple of hours, okay? Schedule, timings, everything I'll communicate with you, okay? If you have any technical queries, you can question Raj, okay?
okay, guys. So I think that's it for the call. If you still have any queries, you can directly contact training team, and they can surely help you. And yeah, so okay, and I will meet you in the next session maybe. Yeah. So yeah, till that, whatever time zone you're right now, good morning or good night. Yeah. So it's yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank
Have
you,
a
Raj.
great day,
Thank you.
a great
Thank you.
night, a good
Bye bye.
morning.
Bye bye.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.